Guys, welcome to this video, and today we're here in Roblox Studio, and what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna be making a placement system, right? A grid placement system. Well, I see a lot of tutorials making about it. It's not proper, and most of them is also very long, right? So right now I got a block, I got a pickaxe, I got a stone. But there will be two parts in this episode, alright? So there's gonna be a placement and there's gonna be a destroying, alright? I'm gonna be showing the placement first so that it can be easier. And yeah, before we start, please like and subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so I'm gonna be showing an example right now. As you can see here, this is what happens if you look at the tutorial. Alright, this is gonna be the outcome. You can build up. Oh shoot, I'm gonna be showing you how to do it, so I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so first what we're gonna be needing is we're gonna need to make a remote event called place event. Alright, damage event is gonna be for part 2. Alright, so first of all we do place event. Okay, we do place event for remote event, and our placeables, I have 2 right now, but you can do 1, you can do multiple. I'll just focus on grass. Alright, so as you can see here, I got these 3 parts. Let me just duplicate real quick. Where is it? Yeah, oh, it's right here. Just boom, as you can see right there, this is the grass. Alright, so I got the hitbox, which is basically the main part right here, the dirt, and just the part which is the grass. Anyways, let's continue. Let me remove this. Oh yeah, before we get into any more, make sure your primary part is the hitbox. The hitbox is pretty easy to make. You just duplicate the main and make this transparent, and obviously turn off can collide, and yeah, that's it. And I just name it hitbox, and obviously make the primary part. I think you know those stuff. Alright, boom. Alright, anyways, I already made it inside the placeables folder, so yeah, make sure you add the placeables and put all your blocks inside here. And it's time to get to scripting. Alright, so obviously we need the tools, so I'm gonna go to the grass section, and as you can see here, I got the animation outside the tool and not inside the script. Alright, and then obviously in the weld constraint, this tool is just a small grass block. I'll just show you real quick. As you can see here, it's just a small grass block. Yeah, nothing special. So yeah, make sure you do that grass. Make sure you got the grass. Alright, and I added a local script and the sound inside it. Alright, you can pick any sound effect. Right now this is my sound effect. Alright, not bad. And now you go inside the script, alright, the local script where all of this will function. So let me explain all this real quick. Alright, so first, this is the we're just gonna be getting the tool, the player, and the mouse. We get the replicated storage, run service, and the user input, and we get the event that we already set in the replicated storage. Replicated storage. And as you can see here, my grid size is 3.2 because basically my size is all equal, the X, Y, and the Z. So you can see, like, for example, right here, 3.2, 3.2, 3.2. If your block is like 3.3, then change this grid size to 3. Alright, but right now mine is 3.2, 3.2, 3.2. There we go. Anyways, we're also gonna be having rotation inside it. Gonna having preview, last frame, and connection. And make sure the current name, obviously it's gonna be grass. Alright, because that's where we're gonna connect the local script into the server. So yeah, make sure you name this grass. Anyways, this is some math calculation. I'm not gonna get into it. Alright, this is just for snapping. Obviously we also need the rotate to size, since we already defined it right here, the rotation right there. So yeah, this is all math stuff, and let's get on to this stuff. Alright, so we're gonna be creating the preview. So we're gonna be creating the function at the preview that we call into the placeables and the current name. That's why it's very important to make this the same name under the placeables folder. Alright, and clone it, parent it to the workspace, and we're gonna be looping. Alright, we're gonna be looping all the parts inside the model. So basically all this stuff. We will make this transparent 0.5 and can collide to false. Next, we're gonna be removing the preview. Yeah, we're gonna be removing the preview. If equip the tool, then obviously we need to remove the preview. So we need to check if there's a preview, and if there is, then we destroy it and set it to nil. All right, we need to take extra precautions here. And we're gonna be adding the connection as well because we don't want it to, because we want to optimize our game as well. All right, so we're gonna be adding connection. We're gonna disconnect it. And we're gonna be, and when the tool is equipped, we can create the preview, the function that we set there. And this time we're gonna be defining the connection. We're gonna be using run service, render step. Then after that, we use the origin and the direction. All right, not as math stuff, but basically we're just getting the origin of the mouse and the direction that the mouse is going, multiplied by 500. We're gonna be getting the ray params for it to be excluding some parts like the player.character and the preview. Alright, so that it doesn't collide. And then we're gonna be getting the ray, reduce raycast, and then we're getting the origin, the direction, and the ray params that we use. And then we check if there is no ray, then we don't continue. Then we get the base size. Alright, now this time we're gonna be calling the model size and the rotated size here. View, and we need the base size and the rotation. And this one's very important as well. This offset can determine the height of the block. Like sometimes when you place, it's just gonna go up like this, you know. It's just gonna start off floating, and then after that it's just normal things. So this line is very important right here, the offset. Make sure you set this into this stuff, the ray, the normal, the XYZs, and we're gonna be dividing all by 2. Then we get the surface epsilon and the position. So we're gonna be calling the function the snap, and then we do all the math and stuff. Alright, we're gonna be adding the position, the offset, the ray normal, and multiply it with the surface epsilon that we set right here. And then we get the C frame. This is our C frame right now. Obviously, we get the position, and if the block is rotated, then it's gonna be in the C frame right here. And then we can define the last C frame with this, and we can pivot the preview into the C frame. Now, if the tool is unequipped, we can remove the preview. Yeah, we can remove the preview that we just called right here when it's destroyed and disconnected. And when the tool is activated, so means it's clicked while the tool is equipped. Check the last C frame if it exists, and if it is, we're gonna be playing the sound. Alright, where the animation plays. Alright, so I need the humanoid, the place animation. We play that place animation, then we loop to false. Alright, because to be honest, I accidentally make the animation true because I made my animation myself. Alright, and then we're gonna be calling the event that we got from the replicated storage. We get the current name, which is grass, and the last C frame. And then after that, this is the rotation. Obviously, we need to do this. The user input service, and then if it's pressed R, then the rotation will be added to 90 degrees. Anyways, this is just the client. Obviously, we got the script. Alright, the client is inside the tool, and the script is inside the service script service. Alright. Anyways, what we need the replicated storage, the grid size, and we're gonna be getting the remote event like last time. Alright. So, and then after that, we're just gonna be receiving the remote event, which is the place event here, and then and the parameters will be the player. We get the names and the C frame. After that, we're gonna get the template, which is inside the placeables, and then get the name. We check, then we clone the template, and if the block is a model, then we use the pivot tool. since we cannot use C-frame. But if it's not, then we use the C-frame. And then after that, we parent the workspace and we're all finished. Just like that, alright? It's very simple script, alright? I'll show you how it works. As you can see right here, it's worked like this. It's worked like a charm, alright? You can build anything. I don't think I missed anything, I hope. If I missed anything, then comment down below. Tell me your bugs. Tell me basically anything, alright? And I'll try to respond in the comment section. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Basically, this is all the system for part 1, alright? If you want part 2, stay tuned for the mining system, which is gonna be coming out soon, alright? And I'm gonna be showing you the mining. I'm gonna be showing you the sneak peek real quick, alright? So I don't really need this because I already got this. I'll enable that. And as you can see here, this will be the sneak peek. You can destroy any block and it will show up the health bar. And then oh shoot! No! There's gonna be different health for the blocks as well. There's gonna be 100 HP, 150. Like for example, for this stone, as you can see here, this is harder to mine, while the grass block is a little bit easier. Anyways, if you're waiting for that, then stay tuned and like and subscribe, alright? Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all guys in the next video. Peace out.